Okay guys, so let's get started on our home screen component. So for that we are gonna import some of the products, some dummy products, which is in the form of an object. So you can just copy that and paste it in your directory from the description in the video below. Okay, so let's go ahead in our source directory. Let's create a folder called data, and in between that inside that I'm gonna create a file called projects.js. Okay, so here as I told you, can just go ahead and just copy and paste things, or you can just type out manually. So I'm just gonna fetch that for you. Okay, so let's have a look one by one. So we just have 6 products, so each product has name, image, description, and every single description about a particular product. Okay, so which will be rendering out, okay, for every single product will be just me mapping across all the products. So let's go to our home screen, and here let's get rid of this hello world, and in between this div I'm going to give you some class names. Okay, so I'm just going to create a grid, so which spans across, let me just show you. So class name equals to grid. Okay, grid and grid call. So grid calls 1. So when we are in mobile screen devices, I just wanted to have just one column, since tailwind is mobile first and then it spans across other devices. So when it comes to like small devices, then I want to span across 3 elements, like that is for tablets. Okay, grid dash calls 3. Okay, so this is for small screen devices, so this needs to be fixed. And then for medium screen devices, oops, we have a grid calls for medium screen devices, that is for laptops and monitors, that is 4 columns, and then I'm gonna give a gap of 4. Okay, just like that. And in between that I'm just gonna map out all the products that we have. So before that, let's import our products. So this should be products actually, not projects. Okay, so my bad. Products, and here we're just gonna import that. Okay, so you know what, if I just type in here, it will just get auto imported. Okay, so products. Okay, so that will get auto imported, and let's get rid of this. Okay, so products dot, I just want to loop through every single product. Okay, so products dot map, where we get the product, and I'm gonna take the index of that in order to give a unique key prop. And let's give an implicit return, so that we don't have to write the return statement. And here I'm gonna create a product component after this. So product. Okay, so we just don't want to, like, render out every single thing in just one particular component. Okay, so I'm gonna give the key of this index that we have, and so that React actually distinguishes between every single component that has been rendered. Okay, so suppose if a component has been deleted or it has been removed, so it doesn't have to replace all other components. So this is a concept called reconciliation in React, which is actually a little advanced. Okay, so they might ask you for interviews. Okay, so you must actually know about that. So product, I'm just going to pass in the product. Okay, for every product instance. So now let's go ahead and go to our components and just create a product component. So product.jsx. Okay, so inside that, for now I'll just create a functional component, and just type in the product. Okay, so that we just know how many products are actually being rendered out. So let's go step by step like that. Okay, so let's first of all import that product component, and let's have a look at the home screen. Okay, so product is not defined. I actually defined it. Yeah, there we have it. So we have 6 products. So actually I'm in a medium, like in my laptop screen. So we are spanning across 4 products across each. So if I reduce the screen size to mobile, so you see it stacks upon each other. And if I increase the width a little bit, so you can just see it accommodates 3 products. This is for tablet screen devices, and then and for larger screen devices it has 4 particular products. Okay, so now let's go and build one of these product cards. Okay, so that we can just list across all the different features of the products, and we can receive each product as a prop in our product component. Okay, so let's go over there, and so let's go to our product.jsx. And again, I just don't want to waste much of your time in writing all the css, so what I'll just do is I'll just paste in the jsx that we already have, and I'm just gonna walk you through one by one what is actually happening in our code. Okay, so now let's paste that in. Okay, so now we just need to receive props. Okay, so I'm just gonna destructure them. So product. Okay, so since we passed the product in our home screen as this name, so we are just gonna grab that using the same name by just simple destructuring. And for this I'm just gonna give some tailwind classes like padding, and it has some shadow, it has some border radius and everything. Okay, so and yeah, everything is very intuitive. You can just go across, like we just render out the image that we have, the product name, and again the name. And before that, actually I forgot to create a images file, so that we, for every single product, it is coming from this particular directory, that is assets. So again the images will you will find in the video description, so you can just grab that and paste it. Okay, so now we have our images, which it has some 7 images along with the dummy image, which we'll be using it later. Okay, so actually it's not in the assets, it's in the public and then images. So that's what this product dot image location is about. Okay, so if we just have a look at the products.js, it is pointing at the location that is public by default. Okay, images slash the product name. Okay, so now let's have a look. Okay, so before that, let me just walk you across the rest of the code. So we have the product rating that comes from this rating. So we have the rating of particular like value. These are all hard coded, and later we'll be fetching this from a database. Okay, so for the time being, I'm just hard coding all these values. So we're gonna fetch this from the MongoDB. We are just gonna import all the products, and then we can just add a product or remove the product, so that those all will be the admin actions. So that will also be will be doing that. Okay, so we have our, and then we have the product dot price. Okay, so this shouldn't be a long decimal value, so we are just gonna use a filter of like two fixed just to two decimal places. Okay, so this is just a number method. Okay, so now let's have a look at yeah, there we have it, but the images for some reason is not being shown up. So let's have a look at that. Yeah, actually there was no problem. Actually I had to refresh it once. So there we have all our products, nice and good. And later, once this products exceeds a large amount, we are going to implement pagination for that as well. And you can just see right now it has exceeded the maximum height. Okay, so that's why we have this scroll bars over here, and the footer is stuck to the bottom. So in the next video, we'll be creating a product detail page, so that it lists out the details for each and every individual products. So if the user clicks on a particular product, it should display all the details, and as well as have a button for adding to cart. And also we'll be having some reviews, which we'll be actually creating later for the individual products. Okay, so whenever we click on this, so it should take us to the particular product details or description. Okay, so let's go ahead and do that next.